Hi everyone. Today I'm going to present a seminar on a topic on an adaptive partition-based multicast routing scheme for mesh-based network on chip. These are the contents which are going to be available on this presentation, which are what is NOC, building blocks of NOC, and topology of NOC, routing algorithms, and whatever the proposed algorithm, and the advantages and the simulation results. First of all, we'll see what is a network on chip. A network on chip is an on chip interconnect technology used to connect the different design blocks which are available in the system on chip architecture. To connect the blocks like intellectual properties of cache, memory block, this network on chip will be used as an interconnect to connect all these blocks. Here, if we see the blue color represents as a tiles and the green color represents as a router, which is a bidirectional router. And in this network on chip, each resource is represented as a tile, and it will be the address of each tile is represented as xy x in terms of x and y. Whatever the communication we want to send is transmitted through packets. And the building blocks of the network on chip are topology, routing, and flow control mechanisms, router micro architecture. First of all, we'll see about the topology. Topology is nothing but how the wired, like how the interconnect is connecting to the blocks, like either in the ring topology or mesh based, either the network is connected is in the mesh based or tree based. This is nothing but the topology. Whereas coming to the routing, how the message is transferred from the source to the destination, in which way, like is a single path or different paths, different routing algorithms are available. We'll see in further slides. What is there in the flow control is nothing but flow control. In the flow control, how the message will be transmitted either through the packets or the flits. If the information is transmitted from the packet to the fleet, what will be there in the head fleet, and how many fleets will be divided in a one packet. These all information will be available in the flow control. These are the different topologies in the network on chip. This is the tree topology and torus topology and the mesh and the ring topologies. In the ring topologies, the blocks will be connected in the form of a ring. The in this presentation, we'll see mainly about the mesh topology. What is in mesh topology? It is easy to lay out on the chip because if you see here, each and every node is connected with equal length of the interconnects, and each and every node is connected to each and every other node, like in all four directions: north, east, south, and west. So there are many ways to travel from one node to the another. What are the routing algorithms? There are different routing algorithms available, like deterministic routing algorithm, oblivious routing algorithm, and adaptive routing algorithm. And there are like minimal routing algorithm and non-minimal routing algorithm also. We'll see the main three routing algorithms, like deterministic routing algorithms. From the source to the destination pair, if you want to transmit an information, we will have to transfer only a single path in deterministic routing. Whereas in oblivious routing, there will be different paths available to transfer the information from source to the destination. But those paths will be confirmed. Like we have to travel either through different paths already fixed. Those paths will be fixed. Whereas in the adaptive routing algorithms, there are different paths. We can choose the paths depending upon the traffic available. Like suppose if one path is having more traffic, so we can choose the alternative path. Whereas in the oblivious routing, there is no such kind of flexibility will be there. We have to go with the particular path only. So here we are mainly concentrating on the multicast communication, how the message will be transferred. In multicast communication, there will be three types. With these three types, the information will be transferred: unicast based and path based, and the other is tree based. Whereas in the unicast based, the message will be sending from the source to the destination through a direct path, and vice versa will also happen. Whereas in the path based, the message is forwarded to each destination sequentially and following after one path. and it will be attractive because of its simplified hardware design. Whereas in the tree-based, it is having a mainly as a root, uh, and then the leaves child nodes will be available. So if the message is transferring from the source node to the further, if any one node will be blocked, then the loop will stuck there. The message won't go to the destination part. This resulting in an increase in network contentions. So here propose whatever the here we propose one routing algorithm that is nothing but advanced version of the LADPM. Here self-adaptive partition-based algorithm for multicasting. In LADPM, we'll use two virtual networks. Here we'll come across in the above routing algorithms. We'll come across with the deadlock problem that we'll see in the further slides. This routing algorithm will divide the whole network into 8 parts. Depending these 8 parts, this is nothing but the virtual network, and these 8 parts, each individual is called as virtual channels. And here, this will be classified depending upon the these 8 parts. How it will depend upon how these are classified is nothing but the source node and the destination node. Here, these two kinds of packets are transmitted into two separate virtual networks from source to the destination, either through north last model and west last turn models. Here, there is no deadlock problem will be available mainly in this routing. That is the main advantage of this routing algorithm. We are talking from the last 10, like what is the packets and what are flips. If we want to transfer in any message from suppose from A to B, the message will be transferred direct. Whatever the message we are transferring from the A to B is nothing but the packet unit of transfer of a network. But this at a time the packet won't transfer directly from A to B. The packet will be divided into flits. Many flits there is a many flits. Those are each part is nothing but a flit, like basic unit of transfer between the pair of routers is called as a flit. Here the packet we can see the picture like head flit and the tail flit. The remaining are called as a body flits. Here we'll see what is a deadlock. Here a cyclic approach will be formed in the deadlock, so we can't go further. So no forward progress will be available. Each packet waits for a buffer occupied by another packet downstream. Here, if we see packet 4 to be, it is going to the next buffer 1 to see, but it is already occupied by the packet 2 to be, and here it is already occupied by like cyclic approach will be there, so we can't go further. No forward progress will be available. To avoid this deadlock problem, we are using a dimension routing algorithm. Dimension routing algorithms is nothing but using XY routing algorithms or YX routing algorithms, and one more is turn model like north last or west last models algorithm. Here we can restrict the turns that each packet that can take. Using these two algorithms, we can avoid the deadlock problem. So what is turn model based routing algorithm is here it will be turns. First it will go to the west and then north, like different turn models will be there. We'll see further. Here deterministic routing algorithms. This is nothing but X by tree. If you suppose see here X by tree, the green color part is nothing but the source node and the blue color parts are nothing but destination nodes. If you want to go from the 24 to 27, first we have to travel in the horizontal direction, that is nothing but X direction, and then we can go to the Y direction. We can't go initially in the Y direction and X direction, then it is called as YX tree. So if you want to go to 27, we have to travel in horizontal X direction. And then if you want to go to the 41, we have to travel in X direction and then Y direction. Similarly, for 15 and 0 also, there is in YX direction. This 24 is called source node, and this 31, 41, 27, these are nothing but destination nodes. If you see, suppose if I want to go to the 41, I have to go to initially Y direction and then X direction. Here 15 means I have to go to in Y direction and then X direction. This is nothing but the YX2. We can't combinely used in one tree. Either we have to decide on the XY tree or YX2. We can't combine both. So, depending upon those two, cost of the XY and YX trees, we'll divide the network into different parts. This is the virtual network. Here we divided into 8 parts. Suppose how we will calculate the cost of XY3 and YX3 is how many interconnects will be connected to the destination node from the source node. Those are nothing but the cost, like how many links will be available. If you see the cost of XY3 is nothing is 13 and the cost of YX3 is 16. If the cost of XY3 is less than the cost of YX3, then the virtual network, this is VN bit, this will be stored in the head fleet and it will this VN bit will be transferred to the neighboring router and it will process the information. So if the cost of XY3 is less than the cost of YX3, then the VN bit is represented as 0. Or if the cost of XY3 is more than the cost of YX3, then the VN bit is represented as 1. Here in R3, the cost of XY3 is less than the cost of YX3. So the VN bit is represented 0. If the VN bit is represented as 0, that means more horizontal links will be shared in the transmission of multicast packet. If the VN bit is represented as 1, then it represents as more vertical links can be shared in the transmission of the multiple multicast packet. Here, how we divided into 8 parts is nothing but using enhanced multicast approaching. Like if the source node is in the middle or is at the center, then it will be divided into 8 parts. Or if the source node is at the border of the network, then the whole network will be divided into the 5 parts. If the source node is at the edge of the corner of the network, then it will be divided into 3 parts. Here, if the source node, here the source node is at the center of the network, so it is divided into 8 parts. Part 0 is nothing but the first quadrant. We should represent the first quadrants as part 0, and the positive y-axis is represented as part 1, and remaining further follows. And part 2, part 3, and further will continue in a sequence. So, what is meant by enhanced adaptive partition based multicast is to improve the performance without increasing the path length. This algorithm main aim is to improve the performance. Here, if there are more than one paths available, the routing score chooses one with a maximum number of empty channel buffer slots. So here there are two turn models are used, north last and west last based turn models. For north last turn model, virtual network VN0 means we have to use north last. If virtual network VN bit is 1 means west last turn model we have to use. So we will say north last partition. Here already we have a virtual network with divided with the 8 parts. These are the some of the examples. Like suppose if we are having part 0 and part 2, this gray represents as the destination nodes are available in those areas. So part 0 and part 2 are having the destination nodes. So in order to transmit from the source node to the source node, the part 0 is transmitted through east port to east port from source file. Whereas in the part 2, the source node in part 2 is transmitted to the west port from the source file. Whereas in the B north last partition 2, only part 4 is having the destination. Here we will use the here if the VN is 1, if the VN bit is 1, then we have to use the south output port. If the VN bit is 0, then we have to use the west output port. If there is nothing like that, like both will be okay, then we have to use the either south output port or the west output port, which is having the bigger virtual channel. Whereas in the last one, the same will be followed with the of C also. If there is the D, we are having only the part 6 are having the destination nodes. So if the VN is represented as 1, we have to go in the south direction. If the VN is represented in the east direction, we have to go to the east direction. Otherwise, we have to choose in the virtual, which is having the virtual channel bigger. So here west last partition. In west last partition, in part 2 and part 4, initially we are having the destination nodes. So part 2 will be followed by north output port and part 4 will be followed by south output port. Whereas in the the B part, if VN1 is represented, if virtual network bit is 1, then north output port will be preferred. If the virtual network is 0, then east output port will be preferred. If we both are not there, then we have to use the virtual channel, which is as big as that one. Reminding all, depending upon the destination nodes where available, we have to take according to the directions and virtual network bits. what the this is the code for the proposed algorithm. Here, the initial bit will be stored in the local. If the D is nothing but the destination nodes. Here, if local is in D, then we have to copy that local into some other node. And here, if we see, if we send one copy to the local and remove that local from the D, we have to remove that from the local that message from the D. If virtual network is equal to 0, so then we have to use north last turn network. So here if the D0 and the D7 or D0 or D7, then it will go to the east direction. Or if the destination one, we have if the D1 is the destination, then we have to go to the D and north direction. If we are having D2 or D3, then we have destinations at 2 and 3 terminals. We have to go to the west direction. If the destination is at the 5, we have to go to the south direction. So if the D3 or D5 equal to 0 and D4 not equal to 0, if D4 not equal to 0 is nothing but the V in virtual network bit is 1. So D4 is in 1. Then we have to use the best last turn based network. Here then we have to use D4 to the add D4 to the south direction. So else if the VN bit of D4 is 0, or we have to consider that it is also 0, D4 is also, then we have to use the west credit greater than the south credit. So we have to compare the both the buffer sizes of downstreams. Downstreams is nothing but whatever the information we are sending from the up bit to the down bit. Like the down bit is nothing but downstream, and the up bit is called the upstream. Like sending bit is nothing but upstream, and the receiving bit is nothing but the downstream. Then here or otherwise we have to go to the default to the in south direction. Here one more case is available, like D3 or D5 is not equal to 0 and D4 is also not equal to 0. Then we have to go to the, then all the represents is in 1, so best class direction we have to go. Then D4 is added to the south direction. So we have to we have to check for every destination nodes with the whether VN bit is representing as 1 or 0. If it is destination nodes is represent, if the VN bit is 0, then we have to use the north last direction. Or if it is VN bit is 0, then we have to go with the west last direction. So here we have to check all the cases. This is the code for the west last turn model. So compare whatever the proposed algorithm will compare, and the LAPDM algorithm. We will compare both initially. Here, if you see in the proposed routing algorithm, if you want to travel from the 24 to 15, like a destination node, either 15 or 0, we have the blue color line represents the fixed, I mean, whatever the we take interconnect to travel, whereas green color line represents as an alternative path. So if we want to travel for the from the source node to the destination node, either to the 15 or 0, we are having two paths. If we are having congestion in one path, we can choose the other path. Like if we are having a more traffic in one path, so we are having an alternative path in this algorithm. So this will under heavy traffic, so it will be more preferable. Whereas in the LAPDM algorithm, there is only one path, there is only one fixed path will be available to travel from the source to the destination. If you see for every, like from source is a 24 and the destinations are 27, 20, 41, 31 and 15 and 0. For every destination now we are having only one path is available. So under heavy traffic, it is less possibility to overcome the difficulties. So, and if, with these algorithms, we can avoid the deadlock algorithm, a deadlock problem also. What is the main advantage of using this algorithm is it can achieve good performance under heavy traffic. This scheme has a larger possibility to avoid making routing decision in congested areas. Wherever it is in the traffic areas, it will take to avoid the making routing decisions. The last will come into the router architecture. What will be containing the architecture of the router? So there will be input queues, routing computation module, virtual channel allocator, switch allocator, and the crossbar. What is the main difference in the traditional architecture and the root and our architecture is here? Whatever the here we can see in the diagram crediting. here the crediting is going both to the switch allocator and the routing comparison. Whereas in the traditional architecture, it will only give the information to the switch allocator. So switch allocator only will decide. Whereas here in the routing comparison, computation will decide depending upon the traffic. It will take the decisions. A virtual channels will be in our algorithm. There are 8 virtual channels available, and 2 virtual networks are available. Each virtual network are having 8 virtual channels. So this is the overview of the routing architecture and what are the components will be available in the routing architecture. And these are the simulation results for the using 8 virtual channels and the using 4 virtual channels. And finally, we are going with the references. These are the referred papers. And thank you.